Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. Today's learning will focus on Fairtrade and Life-cycle analysis. The term trade derives from late Middle English. It means buying and selling, exchanging of commodities. Let's start with fair trade. Many key ethical issues for designers is the working conditions for the people who make the products. Many raw materials are mined or harvested from all over the world, and designers have a responsibility to ensure that materials are ethically sourced. Not all farmers, workers, and miners who are involved in the production of products are treated equally and fairly. Many do not share in any of the benefits and profits associated with trade. Fair trade sets up partnership schemes between producers, businesses, and consumers that offer a different approach. Social, economic, and environmental standards are set for all companies, producers, and workers involved in the supply chain. One of the aims of fair trade is to connect disadvantaged producers and consumers by setting up fairer trading conditions. If disadvantaged producers get a better share of profits and fairer wages for the work they do, it will help improve their lives and combat poverty. Producers who work under the Fair Trade Agreement have an equal say in more aspects of the trade chain. Working conditions have to be of satisfactory standard to tackle exploitation and protect workers' rights. Products made under the Fair Trade Agreement that meet all the standards can carry the Fair Trade mark. This helps shoppers to make decisions about whether a product they are thinking of buying is ethical or manufactured from materials or ingredients that have been ethically sourced. Fair trade products and ingredients include bananas, herbs, cereals, ice creams, chocolates, nuts, cocoa, olive oil, coffee, rice, cosmetics, soft drinks, cotton, spices, flowers, sugar, footballs, tea, gold, and wine. Next, life cycle analysis. A life cycle analysis is carried out to assess the environmental impact of a product during an entire life cycle, from cradle to cradle. It looks at the use of materials, the use of energy, and the impact of transporting the materials, parts, and the product itself at various points in its life. Stages and questions asked. Acquiring raw materials. What is the environmental impact of extracting and harvesting the raw materials, e.g., drilling for crude oil? How much energy is used in the extraction? Could recycled materials be used instead? Materials and processing. How much processing is required to cover the raw materials into a usable material, e.g., converting crude oil into a polymer? How much energy is required? Does the processing use renewable energy sources? Does the processing use harmful chemicals or produce pollution or waste products? Manufacturing. What manufacturing methods is used? Is there an alternative? How much energy is required, e.g., for machines, factory, lighting, heating, etc.? Does the manufacturer use renewable energy sources? Does the manufacturing use harmful chemicals or produce pollution or waste products, e.g., bleach used during textiles dyeing? Use. How much energy does the product use, if any? Does the product consume energy when not being used, e.g., when on standby? Where does the energy come from? Is it a renewable source? Does the product produce pollution or waste products, e.g. a car exhaust? Can it be made more energy efficient? End of life. Can the product easily be dismantled into component parts? Are the parts recyclable? Do the parts contain hazardous chemicals, e.g. mobile phone batteries? How much energy is needed to produce the product for recycling or disposal? Transportation. How far are parts, product and waste transported? What fuels are used for transportation? What is the carbon footprint? Could local materials be sourced? Could the product be manufactured close to where it is used? Knowledge check. Please try and answer the questions below. What do designers have a responsibility to ensure? Are all farmers, workers, miners who are involved in the production of products treated equally and fairly? What does Fairtrade set up? What are the benefits to disadvantaged producers if they get a better share of the profits and fairer wages? What decisions do shoppers need to make? Why is a life cycle analysis carried out? What should be considered in relation to acquiring raw materials? What should be considered in relation to manufacturing? What should be considered in relation to use? And what should be considered in relation to end of life? Please pause the video and try and answer the questions now. You can find more helpful information on Mr. K. Smith on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, or leave a comment. The information for this video was sourced from the WJEC and Educurse GCSE 1-9 Design and Technology textbook.